Dennis, cool. What is that your real name, Dennis?
I bought it.
Yeah, what a name. That's so awesome. They couldn't name the band after you, though, could they? They had to have
It was already taken. Cool
yeah.
in the game was already taken.
Okay, all right, I understand. Okay, well, a couple more little tidbits here. You know, to put it bluntly, let's face it, Steve married way over his head. Christine, I gotta wonder about your sanity in making that decision, but you know, the invitation that was sent out here said this is 50 is the real 30. I found that kind of ironic because, yeah, here's Steve's 50, Christine is 30. So, I mean, it's good, Steve. You know, I think Steve came up with that theme again. Where's Joe? This came up when Steve was overdosing on Viagra one night. And, Steve, you're just like a 30-year-old. Just keep telling yourself that. We've got people at UNMC that can help you. You can call me again anytime. Somehow, before Viagra, Steve was able to produce a couple of kids with Christine. Gabe and Sissy, everybody knows those two, you know. Doesn't it just kind of tear you apart when they call him Grandpa? Okay. Enough. Tom Shaw, where are you, Thomas? Our next roaster, Tom Shaw. He is an executive chef for the Methodist Women's Hospital. He worked with Steve in the kitchen for many years. Come on, Thomas.
A mentor.
Steve, I don't know if I can do this all by myself. I think it's going to take a little help from my friends. So I might call up here like Leonel Habe and Mike Flanagan. You guys come up here and join me? Come on up. We all have a couple stories for you, Steve. Because we all love you. Steve, do you remember, way back when we first met? You think? You think? Okay, remember when your dad, Louis, came to see me? He didn't ask me. He just said, he told me. He says, I'm bringing my son here. And he said, make something on my son. I said, okay, I'll do that. You were working at Jonesy's Cafe, raising that little octopus from a babe up to growing out of the tank. And then, remember the morning, Steve, I'd come in every morning and who was working there? Eric and Thomas, and I never knew who was going to be on the floor between the three of you. You know, so it was always a dramatic day when I walked in. I never knew what kind of excitement was going to happen. You were that kind of guy, you know. You drove me crazy, but I like the excitement, so, you know, we kind of learned from each other. The chemistry was a little crazy, but we did a lot of things together, Steve, you know. Then you went on to Lakeshore, and then you went on to UNMC. You've had a great career, Steve. I'm real proud of you. I just want to say that. I don't want to sit up here and knock you down. You know, we all know that you love yourself, so. That's no hidden secret. But, we've known you for many years, Steve, and we always like you around us, okay? So there's a couple other stories here that I'm going to let Leonel Flanagan tell, okay?
We started the first culinary association here in the city, and I think it was 1991. And it was probably Steve's idea. However, we didn't make him an officer. We made him the sergeant of arms. We felt like that was probably fitting of who he was. I think we made Leonel the president. We just kind of got together and decided who was going to do what. So we put Leonel as the president, And with his thick French accent, no one could understand him. And I think they made me the secretary because I was the only guy that knew how to type. And but it was a great heady time, I think, in the city with chefs when we were very close to each other. And we really depended upon Steve to run herd on all of the chefs and the cooks here in the city. And we probably had about 80 or 100 guys involved, and it was a very close-knit association, as you know, Harold. When we had more local input and there wasn't the national change that we're here. And Steve did a great job for us. And my job really was, I don't know if you knew this, but it was really to run herd on you. Because we had heard so many stories about him, that there was this young, aggressive guy in the city that his terms were, I can't wait to get in here because I'm going to bury this guy. And that really caught our attention, you know. And that was that's who he was, that was his ego, and it was, you know, we kind of latched onto that energy and connected with that. And even to this day, Steve, I don't know if you like me, so I mean, that's, I don't know why I'm here, to tell you the truth. I know Christine called, but I don't still have a clue. And I think that's Steve, you know. So we, the four of us, always kind of felt like we were the original guys in the city that we learned from the Europeans and paid a price for it, and now I think the Americans can stand on their own a little bit. Maybe I think that could be questionable with you, but I don't know about that. But anyway, Steve was instrumental in this city, and we don't view, even though this is a roast, we view this as a great opportunity to thank him for his accomplishments in the city here. Congratulations, Steve, on this night.